What I don't understand is if we're gonna make the first father figure cooking show, like why did we pick breakfast? Isn't breakfast like a normal thing dads make? We should have picked something that was much more like not gender normative. I mean, like dads barbecue, dads make waffles, like that's pretty normal. We should have been like home cooking. People think that moms make? No?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess that's binary. Alright, I'm gonna make some waffles here. I'm gonna make my signature buttermilk bourbon waffles. We start with 3 eggs, okay? Now, let me show you what you do with these 3 eggs. First thing you do, we gotta separate the yolks from the whites, okay? This is my trick for separating yolks from whites. So you do it in your hand like that, and then, you know, you don't even have to wash your hands afterward. No, just kidding. I should talk about how you whisk. You hold it like a pencil like this, and you do a figure 8, okay? So you're gonna whisk it until you get peaks. Now, we're not gonna use those. We gotta put them in a bowl for now, so we can put them back in later. Just to be clear, this was 3 egg whites, okay? Now, we're gonna take the yolks, pour them in this bowl where the egg whites were. We're gonna take some buttermilk. We'll make a lot of waffles, so let's make it like this whole container is 1 quart, so we're doing half a quart. We'll mix these up really good. We want to add some sugar. I got some sugar here, okay? What are we gonna put in? I mean, I like it sweet, so I'm gonna put in about that much sugar. Just dump it all in.
Oh no!
Nice and sweet. Whisk that up really good. Now I'm gonna put my secret ingredient in, okay? I like to put a little bit of bourbon in my bourbon buttermilk pancakes. Now the bourbon we're using here, this is called Old Tub Bourbon. It's a limited release from 1920 from the gin.
What are you doing?
I mean, nothing. I'm just like putting things away, cleaning up. What makes this special is they didn't actually filter it. So it basically came right out of the barrel. It all tastes like wood. And I'm gonna put, what?
Why are you even putting bourbon in the waffles?
Because it tastes good. I mean, so you just want to put a tiny
I'm trying to make waffles, man.
You just want, no, it's good. So a lot of people put vanilla in their waffles. I would just think bourbon's more interesting, and this is like a real strong flavor because it's unfiltered. So you want to put about 2 tablespoons of bourbon in. You mix it up. Now, we're going to take half a stick of butter here. You want it melted, so I'm going to move it over here to the microwave. I'm going to let it go for about a minute. And here we're going to take some flour, self-rising flour. Put some flour in. I like self-rising flour. You can make it yourself. It just has baking powder, baking soda, and salt already in it. So we're going to mix this up. What we want it to be at this point is too thick. All right. The thing about the melted butter here is it's too hot. If I pour it right into this batter right now, then what's gonna happen is it's gonna start cooking the batter. So I gotta cool it down. So what I like to do is I use a blend of oil and butter. So I intentionally did less, and so I'm gonna add just a little bit more oil. You know, oil, it always goes last in a batter unless you're doing this trick with the egg whites that I'm doing. Now it's a little bit cooler. I cooled it down. Still feels hot, but it's okay. You're gonna put the oil, the butter, the shortening, the fat, in, okay, and you gotta you wanna mix this in slowly. You always put this in last in batter unless you're using egg whites. The reason is what this does is make it cakey, right, and less airy. Actually, it's looking pretty good. It's getting silky. Now, this is like pretty much pancake batter, only we wouldn't have mixed the whites in. But now we wanna add the whites in. That's gonna be our last step here. Okay, you can add a little cinnamon if you want. I don't want the cinnamon because I want the bourbon flavor to really come through with my bourbon waffles. Waffle spoon. We're gonna take these egg whites that we whipped, put them on top, like they just sit on top like this, and then we're gonna fold them in. And what the trick is you want them to keep their air, so you gotta fold gently. Okay, and this is like the final step because these cook up like you ever had meringue? It's like meringue. It's like they cook up, they get stiff in there, and they make it both crispy, airy, and like cakey at the same time. One of these is a waffle, pretty much, maybe a little more. So I'm gonna put like a big spoonful. But what I've learned about this waffle maker is you put them right in the middle, and then it spreads out to the ends. Okay, I'm gonna put 4 big heaping spoonfuls because this waffle maker makes giant Belgian waffles, okay? Then we're gonna close it, and then we're just waiting. You know, while this is going on, I like to clean up. This way, it's just like all clean when we're ready to eat. I don't just sit there and watch.
We're having bacon yet.
Bacon? Are you requesting bacon?
Yes, please.
I mean, I could make some bacon. I actually know a lot about bacon because, as you know, I used to own a diner and we served a ton of bacon. Now, I like to bake my bacon. So what we're gonna do is lay it out. You know, you want them to, you know, ideally they wouldn't touch, but you can't fit them all touching. So I like to have them just slightly overlapping so that as the fat renders and melts down, it separates just a tiny bit. All right, you're gonna take your bacon, look, laid out flat. I know it looks like these are up, but you'll see as the fat renders, they're all gonna shrink. I'm gonna take this, put it into the oven. I like to put it on a middle shelf, the bacon. Here we go, once it beeps, you know the waffles are ready. You just open the waffle maker like this, okay? Oh, those look good. Put it in here, and we're gonna just wait until it gets hot again. What are you reading, Amanda?
I'm reading this article in the Philadelphia Inquirer. It says, Robot Reboot. AI as a way to provide companionship and sex for the elderly.
How elderly do you have to be?
Waffles are ready. Breakfast is ready.
Pretty sure the bacon is just about ready, so we're gonna take the bacon out of the oven here. Now, the thing about bacon, like, it's covered in grease. Now watch this. We're gonna pour the bacon grease into this container because I like to save it. I cook with all this bacon grease later. All this bacon fat, it's full of delicious, yummy, okay? And then you don't want the things to break, so we're gonna take it off with a spatula. You put it on top of a slice of bread. The end of the bread, the part nobody eats because that absorbs all the fat, and then you got this like perfect. And since it's like Thanksgiving time, I'll probably cut that fatty piece up and stick it in the stuffing.